good to go.
4:45, and we're calling to order the Waterline AdHoc Subcommittee meeting dated November 9th, 2020, 4:45 p.m. Commissioner Mansfield, would you please lead the invocation?
Absolutely. Dear Jesus, we just thank you for this time. We thank you for the honor it is to just serve citizens. And I just pray that we would always do what's in the best interest of the citizens and not just what's in best interest for special interest groups, Lord. But give us wisdom, give us discernment, give us favor with government leaders. And Lord, give us the ability to judge rightly and discern rightly in what we're putting our hands to do. And we just pray that you bless the citizens of our districts and of our county. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Graves, second by Commissioner Wright. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So that passes, Miss Jessica.
Okay.
Recognition of the public. I don't see anyone here. If someone comes in, we'll open recognition back up if y'all are fine with that. Approval of the minutes. I will take a motion to group and approve September 24th and October the 6th.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mansfield, second by Commissioner Wright. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So that passes unanimously. Report of the chairman. Miss Jessica, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like this included in the minutes, please. I spoke with the state grant director today. I'm not sure of his official title, but he's the overseer of the grant process for the whole state of Tennessee. His name is Kent Archer. And his message to me was he doesn't see any reason that we should not be able to apply again in February for another grant. He also asked him, some things about the grant process on the, let's say, the quality of the application for the betterment of the chances. So if we say we requested a $600,000 project and we put up $400,000 of that, our application looks better than somebody that put up $3.
Lord, it's the last room I always look for every time. Sorry.
And I'll go back and repeat that. So,
Sorry, Bill.
that's
I
fine.
apologize.
What I was telling them, and I wanted to include it in the minutes, is I spoke with Ken Archer today, who is the guy that's over the grant process for the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
And he said that there's no reason we shouldn't be able to apply again in February.
Good.
With our current grant being wrapped up, it's in the final stages. I asked him questions about what made ours look better. Example was if we applied for a grant, let's say the scope of our work was $600,000. If we had match money, say $400,000, well, our application is going to look better than somebody that put up $200,000 or $300,000. So that's
What's the most we apply for?
600 and something.
So
No, it's more than that. No, it's.
what's the match we need to have kind of in reserves for it then?
We've always ruled, since I've been doing this and Mr. Graves has done it longer than I have, we've always tried to shoot for around 400,000.
And that would match, I guess, 600,000 then?
No, you get what it is.
I know it's a weird
The
form.
bigger the project, say it's $1 million project, well, you get, if you apply for $1 million project, and you put up 400,000, and the max you can get from the state's 600,000, your application looks better than somebody that puts up 2 going into the application process. It on the different projects, it varies because water line and sewer projects, it could be multi-million-dollar grants. But for these, there's what, 800,000 is about the max.
Yeah.
And I know we don't have a motion or anything, discussion, are you okay just talking? for a second?
Yeah,
All right, so we got budget tonight. So if we said, we know we can apply, based on what we found out, we can apply, we know we're gonna be able to apply. And we need to look at putting 400 in, just factoring in 400, because it would be for next year's budget, obviously, figuring that in. And then by the time July rolled around, would we know if we got what we got by then?
well,
I think it'd be close, wouldn't it? And the only reason I'm saying, Steve, is if we said, okay, we're gonna set 400,000 aside tomorrow, and we'll just plan on the July 2020 budget, that we'll have 400,000 set aside, up to 400,000. And then if we find out, say June, okay, we need 200, or we need 300, whatever, we'll know, okay, that's the exact number we need to put in the budget then when we do the budget. But we'll have kind of reserved up until that point. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense, y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
and here's the history. July of 2018, we got the announcement that we got the last bid. That's
Yeah.
unusual. But the ones before that was September the 5th
Okay.
of the previous, whenever it was. I don't
Okay.
know exactly the year, but usually August, September is when we find out. It's up to the governor's office.
So if we follow the timeline we talked about last time, which was doing the posting in the paper and the internet and all the other stuff we talked about doing now, December, January, right?
Yeah.
And then that would let us cover everything for our meetings, and then we would apply for it in February?
We would have January basically from the last public meeting to do surveys.
Okay.
Target area surveys, get those turned in, and then we would meet, of course, in February before the deadline, of
Right.
February 28th.
That's what I was saying. So if we do it by February 28th, we may not know until September how much we got. So,
Or if we get anything.
but still, we could, in theory, say, okay, we're going to allocate up to 400,000, put it here, and just kind of have it. And then whenever we found out,
Yeah.
if we didn't need that much, that's great. We roll the other back to the general
Yeah.
fund. But if we did,
Yeah, it's.
I'm just
either-
trying to plan for budget stuff so
Yeah.
that we're on the same timeline then.
Yeah, and that would be, what we need to do tonight is have some target roads. And we need to either meet early next month, and then if we need to have a public meeting, public notice meeting for the process, we'll have to get with Kim and Anthony on that.
Well, and remember we asked Leah, we put it, we did it, was it last month or month before? Remember when we talked to, I know we put the money aside for Leah, it's like 3,000 or whatever, that she could, anytime we have a public notice from now on, it's gonna go to all the local media's websites, including TV. So I would say we need to go through, Jessica, am I right? We need to go through Leah for that now, is what we said?
Yeah, I mean,
Just to get it started.
yeah,
so.
I think so. Mhm.
So let's, if y'all want to, or are okay with it, since we're still.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it off.
No.
I'm just trying to think
That's
ahead
it.
so that I got it right.
Yeah, and we gotta get out of here, cause they're coming in at 5:30, so.
Oh, okay.
Look for a date next month. I'm good with the 7th,
Is that the second Monday?
first month.
First Monday.
First Monday. Okay.
It's a legislative and budget again that Monday.
Yeah, no, I think
So-
that makes.
You want to do 4:45 again?
I think so. Does that give us enough time?
Yeah, because we
Yes.
moved it up.
Well, if we
a
have
week, right?
to,
Oh, the time you mean?
No, that moved up a week.
That
in
is the moved
December,
upward.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
And that is the moved up, yeah.
Whatever.
Because
you
then
you know, if we have to,
the 14th is a full commission meeting.
I mean, I know it's not ideal, but if we had to have a special call, we could always do it the week of the 28th, after
Oh.
Christmas.
Yeah. So next month, the first,
Monday the
same
s-
thing before budget and legislative?
Correct, Monday
Okay.
the 7th.
That's
At
easy
the
for me.
same time.
Yeah,
I won't forget that one.
yeah. And we'll get with, that gives us almost a month to get with Leah and Anthony and Kim.
Right now, it's gonna be on the 7th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll go, what I asked them to do last month is to bring, roads for discussion, possibility to
Yeah, that we can start doing
look
this,
at.
yeah.
So is that December, okay, sorry, that's the wrong year here.
December 7th.
Yeah. Well, it threw me out of, yeah, it's like, wait a minute, so, all right. got it.
I thought Portland and White House was gonna be here, but I'll reach out to them. Cause they're A and B on the agenda. That, I know White House has had some issues internally, COVID related, I think, so. We got anybody from Castaic Springs?
I wish they'd step up and do a little something.
Yeah.
I think so.
What do you have?
I've got somebody from Bethpage, not Cascade.
Yeah, there you go. What do you got, Mr. Graves?
I've got, Preacher Robinson. I forgot how far it is. It's about a mile or a little over, I think. It's down, off of Harsh Lane all the way Corm Hill.
Yeah.
It's between them two roads.
You know how many houses?
I'm gonna guess probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
And there's a big development coming in there, but I don't know what, it's, the old horse, Frank Davis property. I seen Josh come in, I was gonna holler at him, but he turned around and ran back out, but, they are putting in some kind of, I'm gonna call it a hunting PUD.
Thank you.
I don't know what that
Well,
consists
it
of.
would look like the going through the ZBA,
I don't know, that's what I was gonna ask him.
it looked like there was something going from PUD back to agricultural.
Okay.
That was the one, I can tell you that because we just did it, that was one where they had it like 2009 or so, they had gotten it approved to do a big subdivision
Right.
out there, and they don't want to do it now. So they're
Yeah.
getting it changed
It's a
back to what it
different
originally
owner.
was, so that way it's off the, and if they want to do any
Isaac
kind
and from.
yeah, if they want to
Serpro.
come back and do anything at all, they'll have to reapply for a PUD all over again. So it's
Get
kind
no
of,
complaints from us on that.
well, and that's what we kind of said, we're like, so they just want to go back to normal, and we don't have to do anything. We're like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a problem approving that one, so.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother nobody, because it's 7
Well,
miles off Highway 25.
The
Far as
whole
you
part
go.
was, yeah, it was, they had that stretch of the lake in there. And
Yeah.
they were gonna try and build
It's
like a
got- it has-
marina
it's
and all
got
kinds of
a,
stuff, yeah. And then they realized there's no
Inlet
roads.
that comes in there.
Yeah, but it was almost kind of landlocked too, that they were gonna have a real tough time making roads to it and everything else, and so they decided it wasn't worth
Oh,
the
you're
money.
going across, well, Lockett, called it something else too.
I'm sure
Agriculture.
20 years from now, somebody will try and do something.
South Carolina, the company owned it out of South Carolina, but now a local guy that owned, what's the name of it, I just said it.
Serpro.
Serpro, Isaac, and I think it's Rick.
That's smart. I mean, I'm sure he'll sit on it for 20 years and
Yeah,
build roads
I
out
mean,
there.
He would probably be glad to get water down that road, 'cause
What else you got?
I've got Homer Scott and Scott Road is all the same road that just branches off. I'm gonna guess it's probably 2 miles, 2.5 miles of that. Let's see.
You're gonna have several homes on Scott Road.
Yeah. Now, some of them's got water, but they run them a mile from the 231 or down to Lauderdale Lane.
That's what.
What was that first road that you said?
Preacher Robinson.
Preacher,
Preacher.
Preacher, what was their?
Robinson.
Robinson,
Uh-huh.
Robert's son.
Robertson.
Roberson.
Yeah, so it's not got a T in it, that's right, yeah.
Oh, so it is Robinson.
Well, let me look here.
Roberson.
Roberson.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay, can somebody spell it?
It's kind of like Roberson, Roberson.
Oh,
It's kind of like Murray County is spelled
You're wanting
Maury.
to put an I in
Maury.
there.
A T,
Okay,
like Robert.
and then
Yeah.
Scott Road,
Oh, it was a T?
No,
Homer.
he said.
Homer
Scott
Scott.
and
We're okay.
Scott.
You were right.
Homer,
Yes, ma'am.
Homer, Scott.
Scott.
The reason I know those roads so well is we,
Just wanna make sure I get it right in a minute.
Homer Scott Road.
That's Chipman that
Scott
runs
Road.
into
Oh,
Grove
okay.
City. And domestic probably.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't
Okay.
be saying that out loud. Thank you.
Mr.
No,
Graves,
but
it's all
It's in
it's
my
all right.
picture.
you're exactly right.
It's on my road, I mean,
They're cooking something beside the bacon.
Anything else, Mr. Gray?
Rogana Road.
Rogana.
What?
R-O-G-A-N-A.
R-O-G-A-N-A.
Thank you.
Got that right, didn't
Yep.
And
You did.
It's about 2 miles to 2 miles and a half on
I?
that.
Any idea how many? It's quite.
No, I do not. It ain't a bunches,
Yeah.
but,
There's been a few homes
One,
built out
two.
there.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the Inman's got it on Greenfield Lane. It's 7 or 8 houses. And it's a reason there's not as many is there's 2 farms that takes up a lot of it.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. There's 8, and there's
Is that where Mr. Bates lives?
Gary Bates.
Yeah.
I don't have to call him Mr.
He was a customer of mine, so I always called him Mr.
Right, right. The Alexanders, they own a big farm.
Yeah.
The parents is dead now, of course, but,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna build a subdivision, but there's gonna be some family 3 that's gonna build a house on that road, or in process. Now they're having trouble getting the tile,
Yeah.
because it's in the floodway.
Mhm.
The Rogana Road is part of it.
You anybody on the highway committee?
Well, yeah, anyway.
Anything else?
I may have something else, but, I'm just looking it over here, but that's all I got and I can think of right now.
And Jessica, just so you know, Castaic Springs, the best paid C and D is the same.
Utility.
They're all.
I kinda
Yeah.
gathered that, yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you.
And we don't have Westmoreland on here, but I'm gonna, if it's okay with y'all, we have our Mr. Mayor. Glad you could be with us, and I like that shirt. Screaming Eagle.
Here's the list of everything and the number of houses that's out in the area that's not served at all.
Okay.
And when you get your pencil ready, I will give you the list. I'll hand you this one, but you probably can't read my scribble. The lines to be looped together, and all of these are in the county.
Okay. Can we get a copy of that?
Yeah,
You
that's
can keep that, or if you want to make copies of it.
yeah, I'll make a copy.
You mind sending it to us?
No, I don't care. You want me to just do that tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, does this help out with the water volume problem if we connect them? Or does it make, I know it doesn't.
Yes, it allows us, actually what we're pumping out on the ground now to keep, an acceptable amount of chlorine in the lines where they run out in the county and they dead end. It will save us a lot, but I'm predicting without knowing an exact number, that it'll be enough, it'll supply the water of what we're pumping out on the ground.
It'll make up for the 250 you didn't get from Gallatin and allow us, by connecting it so we don't have all those dead ends that we,
Well, and you're not wasting the water, because you just have to pour it out on the ground.
well, that's what I'm saying, if it's all connected in the loop, that,
Yeah.
if I understood right, is
Yeah,
that, okay?
that's correct.
Okay, good.
Go ahead,
It wasn't so much that Gallatin cut us, the permit actually comes from 4 engineers, and, it's,
There's not much you can do.
you know, there's not much anyone can do about that, and it's not really a cut because we're not using that much volume right now. But as the growth come in, like one of those roads had, did it say 40 houses on it? You take 40 houses, is 80,000 gallons, that's roughly a fifth of a tank, one of our storage tanks, so.
Yeah.
And we had an incident that happened, I guess it's 3 weeks ago now, where we had a 10-inch line bust and the alarm didn't make it to the supervisor. So we drained out a 1 million gallons worth of hung in the line, so, big loss for us. But, it was a line, it was on a rock and it busted from the bottom. So, Henry Harris Road,
Yes.
to be, tied in to, over to Bishop Trout Road. And that all gonna be of the raincoats.
So you're gonna tie Henry Harris into Raincoats and Bishop Trout into Raincoats?
Right.
Okay.
So that'll take care of all that. My Public Works Director said that Herschel Wiles Road and Bill Henson Road was a big one. He said if that could be tied in, that, he didn't give me an estimate of how many people that it would service, but as far as, what it would do to
Bill
help
Henson.
us.
Bill
So-
Henson only has 2 houses on
Okay, how many does Herschel Wiles have?
it. Archer Wiles, it's already got water. What it would help you now, it would help you tie in at Fairfield Road to, Herschel Wiles.
Okay, he just said that would be a big one to tie in.
Yeah, it would, I mean, there was 2 houses on that road. One of them works for the city. The other one, I think, has it off of Fairfield Road, so they have water. So you would only gain really 1 new customer. But I'm not opposed, because it would help y'all.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, in order for us to be able to come up with stuff, this
Yeah.
is some of the things that the council's gonna be looking at.
Yeah, Bill Henson,
Ada Coates Road,
yes.
is it in, right in that area somewhere?
Ada Coates runs from Dutch Creek Road to
Calvert Ridge?
Calvert Ridge Road.
Okay, yeah, he said all of that could be tied in and looped.
There's a brand new house on the corner of Dutch Creek Road, which address is on Ada Coates Road.
Okay.
And there's another new house being built on Ada Coates Road right now, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 houses on that road. It's probably not a half a mile.
Okay. George Akins Road and Lake Road. And he said all of that was in Sumner County.
Yeah, Lake Road, I have got quite a bit. Do y'all come down to Trammell Creek?
We just come, we don't even go to the campground up there. We stop.
No, from the other way. Because Lake Road comes down and goes into Trammell Creek.
I don't know. how far it
Epperson
goes
Springs,
up
is that the road, Epperson Springs, that comes out?
there.
Because Macon County reached out to me, the commissioner from Macon County. They're applying for a grant for that road,
Okay.
so,
But he said all of this was in Sumner County. So.
yeah, it is.
Okay, the other one was Tom Beasley and West John Davis to 31E.
Tom Beasley and West John Davis. Is there water on 31E at the end of those 2 roads?
I think, but it might be.
I think one of them is as far as it goes, I can't remember
Okay.
which
Yeah,
one.
it ends up there at, I guess that's West John Davis, where it ends.
That would be a tremendous help as far as looping lines.
Does it go down to that
Yeah,
church?
huge.
Yeah.
Doesn't go to Garrett Creek's church.
Church.
No.
No, it still didn't get us out there. And then the other one was, to loop East John Davis and at Pleasant Road to 31E.
Okay.
To 30. I thought we put, Pleasant Grove all the way down through there.
We did all the way to the state line, but 31E stops
Oh,
3.5 miles short of the state line.
okay.
So you got this line out there, and then you got these roads going back to 31. Well, then you got 31 over here, and we don't have water down this far. And then we got these roads that you could come off of Pleasant Grove Road, but then you're gonna have the same problem that they're talking about. You would have dead ends because you don't have it run down 31.
So if it went down 31, connecting all those roads, then you'd have one big loop, and it would actually cut down on the water?
it would cut down on the water loss.
That's what I'm saying. But-
Chargeable water.
Flushing.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's water that, but instead of it being lost, you could actually use it for people.
Yeah.
And it would,
It would serve all the people in that area.
yeah, but it wouldn't impact the number you've got, so,
Yeah.
because it's water you're using anyway.
Well,
It-
there would be a lot of new taps if you
Yeah,
run it
I
down
know.
31. Because you got all those side roads that don't have it. I mean, and there's all those customers down 31 that don't have it. Because then once you go off 31 on the east side, you get back over to the water. In certain areas on the west side, you gotta go a long ways to get to a water line.
I'm just trying to think how many houses, because I know it depends on, I know the grant helps us on how many we get. Is 31 one where we would get more people? If we did something like that?
31 would be one that would be one of the ideal projects. It would just be expensive.
Okay.
It would be more than, I think, wouldn't you think, more than the $650,000 to run it down 31 and tie it back into those side
Depending on
roads
how far you wanted to run.
past Cooks?
It's a pretty good distance.
Yeah,
That'd be quite expensive.
yeah. What else you got, Mayor?
Let's see, look for Coley Town and Dewey Car to 31E, I guess near James Brown Road.
52, you mean?
Yeah, probably 52. Yeah, Dewey Car at 52.
Yeah.
I don't know how many houses are out there.
I've got one more to Hopewell, old Hopewell Road. There's probably 4 or 5 houses on that road, but it's just a short distance. You're probably gonna have to stop at the creek down there anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's solid rock across that creek and it would be.
Yeah.
Mr. Charlie down there ain't got water.
Charlie Carter, Charlie, what's his
Austin,
name?
Heath,
That's
Ray Folks.
Yeah, no.
All that
not
section of the
Seawater.
county there does.
Yeah.
Unless he went from Chipman, I don't think he
And
did.
that area right
Yeah,
there,
that'd be a pretty good.
Yeah,
I would, if you wanna take bets, from where the water line ends on Austin P to Raven Coach Road, I would bet money that would qualify for the number of houses. And I just think I'd put a star next to that one on the application process.
And, I give them the addendum note down here at the bottom, it said on that, Herschel Lyles Road and Bill Henson Road, would need to loop to Mount Olive, so, I don't know if that changes the dynamics of it in here or not.
Well, Herschel Lyles runs off of Mount Olive.
Straight off of it.
Yeah, there's no way. Herschel Lyles ends, it ends into, what's that called, Terry? I know Durham Ford dead ends down there.
Oh, Lord have mercy, we was just back on our theft call.
Like I said, you probably can't read the scribble, he was calling them off, because he was trying to write it down.
Herschel Isle.
West
Mount
George
Olive,
Durham.
Then it cuts off to the right.
West George Durham ends, then you go left, that's Portland's water area. You go right, it's Westmoreland's. But there's just a little crook through there that goes down to the dead end where they found the body that time.
Yeah.
Meth labs and bodies, huh?
Oh,
It's been,
I hate to
what,
think that's what they remembered about
that was back in the 80s, I was a kid, you don't forget that stuff.
all I remember is going down there and if you ever wanted to find drug paraphernalia, you just
Go to the
walk
end of that
around.
road.
the sheriff
Down there
probably
at the
got a
creek.
different book.
I think that's West
West.
George
You
Durham.
look for
West
Native American
George Durham.
artifacts, other people look for drugs.
Herschel Lyles ends right at West George Durham Road, and we didn't run the water line all the way to the end
Everybody
of
has
Herschel
theirs.
Lyles when we did the
Uh-huh.
grant before this one. We stopped 3 houses short because they didn't want the water. So I don't know how to fix that. Because Portland's on the other side, you know what I'm
On
saying?
the other side, right?
Yeah, so, anything else You're,
That's all I've mentioned to this for today.
all right, we'll do some digging into these roads, and if you don't mind, could you help me possibly get numbers as far as potential taps? I mean, I'll go out there, I'm close to most of them anyways, but, and then next meeting, can you make the 7th
Thank you, Ken.
at 4:45?
I've got it on my calendar.
Okay.
I got one more thing, Mr. Chairman. Cal Durham to Bob Perry.
Yeah,
It's a little stretch, it ain't but 6/10 of a mile.
but it's got,
But it'll run into Bob Perry, which we put water on that grant.
yeah, which a loop, Bob Perry and West
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon.
Yeah, loop it, all our round through there.
When you run a gas delivery business for years,
You-
you learn these roads, shortcuts.
Well, I got a farm up there and
Yeah.
I've traveled every road up in there, just, looking.
Yeah.
I like to take different routes. when I ain't no hurry.
Yep. Any, Jessica, you have anything? So I guess our plan next month is to narrow these down. And if we need to, we gotta have 2 public noticed meetings. I have to get with Kim and the mayor's office. But we got time, we're good on time. So we will do some background digging on these roads and numbers. Have that next month. Does anybody from the committee have anything?
No, sir.
Mr. Mayor?
Remember, December is kind of messed up because
Yeah.
y'all moved everything back
Yeah.
so that the commission will be a month early. Just remember that when you're setting meetings.
Yeah, we did. 'Cause we did our, for the 7th at 4:45, which is when the evening that all the other ones
Yeah,
are.
no, but if you're having to get 2 in,
Yeah, what we talked about is if possibly being the public notice, that meeting is more for the public to weigh input on these roads. We talked, what did we say, the week of the 28th,
Yeah,
which
we
I
had
know
to.
is a bad week between Christmas and New Year's, but
Yes,
that's,
gotta fit it in.
Yeah.
is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, is that hearing for the public notice, is that like a full commission meeting, or is that just like a?
No, it's a
committee meeting?
public.
Just like we come,
She puts it in the newspaper that we'll be having a public hearing to do the application process for a grant. And that meets our legal requirements.
Yes, sir.
The way we do it, like on planning a lot of times, Jeremy, is you'll run the meeting and then like halfway through the meeting, Mo will just stop and say, okay, we're now gonna have our public hearing. He'll open that up, you kinda go through the process and then you close it and then you go back to your meeting. So it's
Yeah.
just, it's kinda included in it, but
Right.
you still have to do all the notices for
Yeah,
it.
rezoning, like it comes before the full commission.
yeah, that's what I was asking, so.
We had one more, I just gonna say Cascade Bethpage, and we just got through, finished with it, Carter Lane, and it had 30 houses on it, about 2 miles. But we ended up doing it ourselves,
Did it yourself.
and was able to.
We can't pay you back for that.
You can't.
I'll take one more motion.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Did we do good on